I have a client who, interestingly, started off with me where she had a problem with the new boss. It's the new boss problem. And she had been in this role at the bank, in a very prestigious role, with procurement. And she knew how to do that job. And she had done it for a number of financial institutions. The new boss came from, I unfortunately don't remember quite where, but he was new to that company, to that bank, and had very different ways about going about things. And he had some of his new team members. My client felt that she was getting cut out of really important conversations and wasn't sure she was going to be able to perform the role she had been performing, and that she would get criticized and then she'd be out. First two times we talked about that and her issues around how best to communicate with the new boss. And he wasn't all bad. She felt there were going to be some ideas, some ways that she could approach him and help improve that relationship. The third or fourth time we met, my client announced to me that she had been fired. And instead of having a frown on her face, she actually had a smile. And I asked her, "How's this making you feel? You look like you're feeling okay." And she said, "I think it's the best thing that could have happened. I was not happy. It was going to be a long process getting to a good place with that new team. And I just didn't feel I had it in me. And now I have a severance package and I can relax for the first time in my life for about 3 months." So instead, our coaching discussion started talking more to what you might call the life issues. What am I going to do with my spare time? How am I going to make it a fulfilling period here, sort of a mini sabbatical, where I can enjoy some things I always think about doing but never do, build more, have more time with some of my children, and just relax. Sometimes it's hard for professionals to relax when they've been working for so long. So we talked more about those issues. And then towards the end of our engagement, my client came back and said, "I really do need to work on finding a job." So our attention turned to finding a job. And there, I was working with her, not so much on her resume, but rather on interview skills, how she would consider other industries besides banking that she would be interested in. I talked to her about where she might enjoy working and whether it was just in New York or was it maybe in other areas of the country. And through that process, she was able to narrow down and think a little more expansively about jobs where she could do pretty much the same thing, but maybe in different areas. And by the end of our engagement, she had a new job. She did all the hard work. I did not do the hard work with her. She did the hard work. But through the questions and challenging and listening to her, I did have a part in allowing her to land definitely on her feet.